Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen.
As rightly mentioned by the AMM Chair, this joint meeting comes at a pivotal moment, providing an important platform for ASEAN to address economic and political security issues in a more integrated and strategic manner. While the mechanism itself is not new, its urgency has never been greater. So we all recognize that every economic policy carries political implications, just as every political decision has far-reaching, significant economic consequences. So strengthening the synergy between these two pillars is therefore essential as ASEAN navigates an increasingly complex and uncertain global landscape. And for decades, open trade and regional integration have been the driving force behind ASEAN's remarkable growth, lifting millions out of poverty, driving industrialization, and establishing our region as a key hub in global value chains. However, today, these hard-won gains face mounting threats, rising protectionism and decoupling, unilateral measures threaten to undermine the hard-earned gains of openness and cooperation. The global economic fragmentation has now emerged as one of the defining challenges of our time and is expected to deepen further. So the ongoing strategic rivalry between major powers is unlikely to subside soon. And what began as trade disputes has now expanded to cover logistics, technology, and critical supply chains. So this shift is reshaping the global trade landscape, heightening volatility, and testing the resilience of interconnected economies like ours. So to withstand and navigate these growing challenges, ASEAN must anchor its response on two key pillars: economic security and economic resilience. While some equate economic security with isolation or protectionism, path regrettably pursued by several major powers, and ASEAN's approach to focus on remaining open. And our focus should be on protecting the stability of regional and global supply chain, securing access to critical goods, energy and technologies, and reducing over-dependence on any single market or production source. It also entails the strengthening food, energy, and digital security while building institutional capacity to anticipate and mitigate risk before they escalate into crisis. Economic resilience, meanwhile, calls for diversifying markets and supply networks, deepening intra-ASEAN trade and investment as well, of course, and enhancing cooperation with trusted and like-minded partners, all to build a more stable, predictable environment and sustainable regional economic environment. So together, we are here today. These two pillars will enable the ASEAN to safeguard strategic autonomy, preserve regional stability, and maintain its position as a trusted and competitive hub amid global uncertainty. So, Excellency, Ministers, as one of the world's major regional blocs, ASEAN must remain steadfast in upholding a rules-based multilateral trading system that underpins global stability and shared prosperity. ASEAN should advocate for more focused and high-impact reforms at the WTO, particularly in areas such as enhancing subsidy transparency, establishing digital trade governance, and restoring trust in dispute settlement mechanisms to rebuild trust and confidence in global trade rules. In parallel, as I mentioned earlier, I believe it's timely for ASEAN to strengthen our regional economic security, enabling us to be better positioned to respond effectively to emerging challenges that span both the economic and political spheres. So on that note, I look forward to the insight of the ASEAN Geopolitical Task Force, or the AGTF, established earlier this year in helping to shape our region's strategic direction. And having shared its preliminary findings at the AMM meeting in July, as well as the AEM meeting last month, I trust that today's presentation will offer constructive, forward-looking, and actionable recommendations that can further strengthen ASEAN's collective resilience in navigating an increasingly complex global environment. So thank you.